Like an old-fashioned clothesline going back and forth, or like a seesaw, teeter-totter, one car up, the other car down. Now, we are not like a gondola system. We don't have many cars that go round and round. We just have the two cars going back and forth. Now, having said that, we're a little bit more energy efficient because when we stop, our motors stop. Whereas on a gondola system, their cable is constantly going around, constantly using electricity. So the very first thing that we can see, if you look to the right of the back window, you'll see the town of Jasper coming into view. It is in the valley floor. Its elevation is about 1,100 meters. The permanent population in Jasper is about 5,000 people. Now on a typical summer day, that would rise up to somewhere between 25 and 30,000 people in the immediate area. Now last year and this year, because of restrictions with COVID, we were hitting about half that, about 10 to 15,000 people in the area. Now we are on our shoulder season right now, so again we're about half that or a little bit less, about 4,000 or 5,000 people in the area. Now Jasper also has what's known as a ghost population. Now it can be as much as 1,500 variety of different accents, including at this facility here. So when we left our lower terminal, we were at about 1,300 meters. Now that's about 200 meters above the valley floor. When we arrive at the top, we'll be at about 2,300 meters, which is about 200 meters below the summit. That's a 1 kilometer the way up the mountain. It's 20 meters tall. As we pass around it, we actually change the angle that we're going up the mountain. We are on a pivot above us. What's going to happen is the car is going to sway a little bit from front to back. It's kind of like being on a big swing, folks. It's very gentle, but just prepare yourselves for it. Watch that you don't lose your balance. So here we go. There's the push, and that's the release. And that's about as close as we get to a roller coaster, folks. So now if you look off to my immediate left, you'll see the other set of cables. If you follow them up the mountain behind me, you can now see our other car coming down. Now we will meet it at exactly halfway. Our traveling speed today is 6.5 meters per second. That's about 23 kilometers an hour. So when we pass it, it's like passing a car on the highway. It's going to double the speed. So we're going to pass it at a relative speed of about 46 kilometers an hour. So that's 23 plus 23. There we go. It does go by quite quickly. So unfortunately, folks, a lot of the mountains are obscured by clouds, so I am going to concentrate a bit on the valley here. So if you look to the right of the back window, you'll see this meandering, milky green colored river. That is the Athabasca River. Now the Athabasca derives itself from the Columbia ice fields, about 100 kilometers south of us, and will eventually flow into the Arctic Ocean via the Mackenzie River system. Now that milky green color is caused by glacial silt that's suspended in the water. What happens is when a glacier grinds against the rocks, produces a very fine powder, also referred to as rock flour, and that's what gives it this milky green color. Also that water is very fresh and very cold. 10 hours ago, it was still back at the Columbia ice field, still part of the glacier, still ice on the glacier. To the right of it, in the town of Jasper, you'll see these 3 emerald green colored lakes. The lake that's closest to us is Lac Beaubert, which means pretty green lake. It actually has Jasper Park Lodge on it. Now you can see some of the buildings on the far shore, and to the far right, that green grassy area is the world famous golf course. The next large lake is Lake Annette, very popular this summer on its far shore. It has a public beach and a picnicking area. The third large lake is Lake Edith. There's private cottages around that lake. Now all 3 of those lakes are accessible by road, and they do have hiking trails around them. So the mountain that we are on is called the Whistlers with an S. We are not Whistler Mountain in BC, folks. There is no skiing on this mountain. As you can see, the outer shell is made up of very loose rock. We call that loose rock scree. Scree means no ski, folks. You don't ski on scree. It doesn't make very good ski runs. So we're about to come up to and pass above the tree line. Now the tree line on this mountain and in this area is about 2,100 meters. And about a third of Jasper National Park is actually above the tree line. You notice the last few trees are quite small, quite sparse. The average growing season up here is about 60 to 90 days. The little trees grow about 1 millimeter per year. Those trees are over 200 years old. So now we are in an alpine tundra, similar to what you'd see in parts of north of the Arctic. Vegetation up here is mostly mosses. There's lichen. Now that's all this black and green, sometimes orange and yellow algae that's attached itself to the rocks. And through the summer we did have wildflowers. Now folks, do remember you are in a national park. It is illegal to remove any of the natural features up here or anywhere in the park. As they say, take only photographs, leave only footprints. So we are starting to slow to come into our upper terminal. In the upper terminal itself, there are washrooms and a gift shop on the main floor. Now our gift shop down below is closed, so this is our only gift shop. Also our coffee shop is closed on the second floor, but we are selling both hot and cold beverages and some snacks on the main floor. Now you can use that second floor as an observation deck if you wish. It's inside, it's warm, that gives you a view around. Now we also have decks on both sides of the cars. There is placards on the decks. They'll explain a little bit more about the area. There's a bit of a boardwalk around the back. If you are so inclined, you can go off that boardwalk. Now when you do so, you are off our property, off our leasehold, and we have no jurisdiction back there. You're back completely in Parks Canada land.
Hi guys, I'm ZENith. Hello guys. Dito na kami sa tuktok ng bundok na nag-yellow. Lamig. Dito na sina Maring Elsa, Maring Ana, Paring Christoph, at si Olaf. Lamig-lamig. Binibigat na yung kamay ko. Mag-i-snow yung Andito na tayo sa tuk-tuk.
Before, after, gano'n.
Upo muna tayo sa mga bato. Bato. Sa mga rock. Ba't mga pagdating natin nagro-rosy chicks.
Pag-uwi, inom lang.
Sumisilip si Haring Araw. Lobat pa na po. Attention, lobat. Lobat na rin ako. Power off in 30 seconds.
Anybody do a bit of the hike up to the summit or partway up?
Yep.
Yep. How far do you get up?
On the way to the top with the summit tires, which was not as smart.
No.
Summit, right, perfect.
I tried it, but I came
I
off.
went down on my phone.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go.
Now to the moonlight, eyes you, Maria, right now. You look into my eyes and felt a feeling that nothing got it feel like a slim night. Hey, come on, closer. Now I'm waiting for you, but don't hurry, oh slowly. Oh yeah, the moon is around us. You look into my eyes, together feel so high. To make a way the twilight, my only, my bestie. You my life. Let me if you want tonight. Little more shining star to the sky, looking high. All the people, you're the one and only you know. Want to be with you, call my name, love. Ooh, somebody else, and that is you. Ooh, falling in with you. Not the only one doing me. You already feel it there. Give me a little more dark in the spotlight.